No, this is what I want to be clear. I didn't say never take meds, because if I need them for something, if I get surgery and I need to be knocked the fuck out, I'm not going to say do heart surgery on me with no fucking anesthesia. Get me all the way up, because I don't even want to wake up in the middle of the shit. That's not what I ain't say that. I didn't say never take them. I'm just saying it is not good to become a drug addict when you have a mental and emotional problem because you have been abused by your mother. And even if you've been neglected by your mother and you have been abused by her boyfriend, her lover, anybody else, if your mother turned her back, she still abused you. So you're walking around damaged, and that ties into other sexual relationships because we never completely get over it, and it ties into our sex relationships with men because we try to fix what the little girl did not get while we're in a grown person's body. So that's what I am talking about. Medicating for the rest of your life to deal with the problem, that is not going to deal with the problem. Now, that ties into two things, because one thing I'm going to say, I hope that you all can listen to the show that I'm going to do at 10 o'clock Monday morning, because this white lady is off the fucking chain. Do you hear me? I am going to be talking to a 69-year-old white woman that is going to tell you what racist white folks in a white supremacist system really think about your ass. I'm talking about this woman, this white woman right here is off the motherfucking hook. She is live, raw, and undamn cut, and she gonna give it to you from a white man and a white woman's perspective that think they better than anybody that's got so-called black skin, and why they have set this system up to remain a system where whites are on top and where blacks are on the bottom. Not because you're really inferior, but because they want you to believe that you are inferior so they can believe that they are superior, and how they have systematically implement this system so successfully, why and how they do it. And that's what ties into the psychiatry thing that I want to bring up, because a lot of black people will tell you racism does not exist anymore. It is not about black and white. It's about green. And as a result of that, they will not discuss these kinds of things, and they will not help us, people of color, in the way we need to be helped. And what I'm saying, when you're dealing with a white woman as opposed to dealing with a black woman, some things are still the same, but some things are different. Now, I have made it very clear that I am not a doctor at this time. I have no medical degree, so I'm not speaking from that perspective. I'm speaking from streetology, PhD in being played, things I lived and things I know. So nobody will misunderstand and try to set my damn ass up and misquote me and say I'm practicing medicine and counseling. I don't have no degrees yet, but I'm just going to bring it to you the way I see it, from the way my experience and what I know for me, from what I saw and what I goddamn went through. I cannot go to a psychiatrist, a counselor, or teacher that is not familiar with my experience to help set me free from the prison in my own damn mind. Now, to me, if, as I said yesterday, when we're women of color, we are the most degraded and disrespected and considered the lowest woman on the planet. And psychologically, many of us have accepted that. It doesn't mean that it's true, but it means that when you're in a white supremacist system that controls everything and that has dominated and conquered and murdered your people and stolen all of the resources, they are going to operate that way so that they maintain power and a false sense of supremacy. But if you believe this about yourself, that you are really inferior, then you will be able to, you'll live your life that way, and you will reflect that attitude out into, from your subconscious and your superconscious mind. That is a cosmic mirror that is never turned off, and it's a cosmic recorder. And then you will connect with like minds that want to come in and dominate you and kick your ass and abuse you and mistreat you. So many times we are dealing with mothers that gave birth to us that is moving from a sense of a nigger inferiority complex. I don't really think y'all really heard me, and really, I want you to think about what I said.
Speak it again.
These women, y'all, I'm trying to get y'all to look at your mothers, not as you want her to be, but as she really is. And it ties into the whole system of white supremacy that we're in. I'm not talking about all white people. I'm talking about the white people that control, that have created and continue to teach this to their children and continue to implement a system of white superiority and domination over non-whites and teaching dark skin and nigger inferiority, because to me, a black person and a nigger is two different things. A nigger is what you create in a lab. See, the nigger mentality that a lot of us have and that we have implemented on against our daughters and our sons was created through psychology. I'm sure y'all know about the Willie Lynch papers, and if you don't, you need to read up on it. Some people say it's real, some people say it's made up. Whether it's real or not, it doesn't matter. It's still true. And this is what white supremacists understand and overstand, and that's what makes them smarter than us. Now, when I say smarter than us, I don't mean they're more intelligent than us, but they are smarter because they implement their will everywhere they go. And they are constantly on the grind to implement their will, create the system and keep the system intact, and then attack anything and anybody that goes against the system. That is not the way we treat ourselves and we see ourselves. We constantly submit to a system, but we do not submit to ourselves because we have a nigger inferiority complex. So many times this is where your mama is coming from. Before she conceived you in her mind, then when she starts to incubate you in her womb, she has been subjected to this on so many levels, and many times our mothers, just like we have become, have been too weak psychologically, mentally, and emotionally, and too fucking dumb and ignorant to the fact that this is the system that we exist in. Many of us think we are liberated and we think we are free. And even white people have been subjected to this shit that refuse to be white supremacists and go along with the system. Yes, they have the white skin privilege because their skin is white, but many of them don't go along with the shit. So they have been subjected to it too. All of us on some level have been subjected to it. But right now, I'm trying to put something in the woman of color's head while I got the time to put this in your head, because I don't know if I'm going to have the time to tell you this no more. Somebody got to tell your ass. Didn't nobody tell me, so I had to tell myself. So I figured this is how you need to be thinking if you want to combat this pain and rise above this pain and heal yourself and liberate yourself and stand in vagina power. You can't look for your mother to liberate you or save you, because many times she's so fucked up in the head and so bound up that she don't even know how to free her own self. Y'all need to look at some of these mamas, because I'm telling y'all now, I get emails and I talk to people, just like I talked to the lady off the air yesterday. I told her I would call her as soon as the show ends, and she can tell you I called her. We talked for a long time. It's a lot of times I will call certain people that I feel led to talk to, and these people are not just teenagers. I get the children, I talk to the teenagers, I talk to the 20s, the 30s, 40s, 50s, and even the 60s. Just like this white woman that I was talking to today that's almost 70 years old, and she was saying some of the same things to me that I'm saying to y'all, and you will hear that shit live and uncut Monday at 10 o'clock in the morning. And what we need to really be looking at is the background of our mothers, because a lot of our mothers that have fucked over us have been fucked over by our system and fucked over by our man and fucked over by their mama and raped by their cousin and raped by their daddy, and they don't want to tell you that this is what happened to them, and it damaged them so bad, and they were too weak to really analyze and break that shit down to stay sane, and they couldn't go to a psychiatrist, and they couldn't go to the counselors, or the ones they went to tried to goddamn fuck them just like they had been fucked by somebody in the house or in the family before they got to them, or they can't afford to see them, or they're too embarrassed to go see them, because we were told in the black community, this is a bad thing to go see a psychiatrist. It's a bad thing to go see a counselor. What you need a psychiatrist? What you need a shrink? We used to be ridiculed about wanting to go see psychiatrists. White folks have always had that available to them, but we were always put down if this is what we wanted to do, so we never heard of that. And then we didn't have the right sources of spirituality in place. We didn't have the right tools. We told go to church, Jesus will fix it. Jesus ain't going to fix nothing. Because you going to church, you sitting there and praying and hooping and hollering and putting your money in the damn bread basket.